Hey Warriors family, it's great to see you back here on Warriors News Fan Report. If you're as fired up as I am, go ahead and give that thumbs up and hit subscribe so you never miss a moment of this roller coaster ride. There's a buzz swirling around the league that's practically shaking the Bay Area to its foundation. Imagine the dream of pairing Steph Curry's unparalleled shooting with the sheer physical dominance of basketball's most fearsome athlete. Could it be real? For weeks, whispers have emerged from the NBA Combine in Chicago hinting that a generational talent, the same force who lifted Milwaukee to its first championship in half a century, might be growing restless and putting a move request on the table. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. We'll unpack every twist and turn. But first, let me set the scene without revealing who this mystery star is just yet. Picture late spring in San Francisco. The echoes of another early playoff exit still reverberate through Chase Center, and fans are craving that next big move. Rumors of blockbuster trades have circulated before. Some panned out, others fizzled. But nothing compares to what we're hearing right now. Word is, this superstar was seen all over the Bay Area recently, spotted at high-profile tech events, photographed in top-tier hotels, and even linked to casual meetups with Warriors brass. Is it a coincidence, or is it a hint at a seismic shift on the horizon? As Warriors devotees, we can't help but wonder, could our front office be orchestrating a trade that changes the balance of power in the Western Conference? Now think about what this player brings. Over the last 3 seasons, he's flirted with averaging 30 points and 11 rebounds per game, a rare feat in today's game. He's a 2-time MVP who terrorizes opposing defenses with his combination of size, speed, and skill. When he drives to the rim, paint protection becomes an exercise in futility. Nothing short of a double team can slow him down. Pair that with step-back threes from Curry and Klay Thompson's lethal catch-and-shoot prowess, and suddenly you have a lineup straight out of basketball fantasy. Yet, rumors suggest that the Bucks front office has made it clear they won't part with their centerpiece just for any package. They want elite young talent, unprotected first-round picks, and proven NBA contributors who can help them stay competitive while they rebuild. That's a steep price, even for a team willing to give up its greatest asset. So, where could Golden State's ambition meet Milwaukee's demands? Some insiders believe that Brandon Podziemski, our rookie sharpshooter whose three-point range could stretch any defense, might be on the table along with Jonathan Kuminga, whose raw athleticism has flashed glimpses of stardom. Toss in a pair of unprotected future first-rounders and a veteran like Andrew Wiggins, and you begin to form an offer that might at least make the Bucks front office pause. But would that be enough? The truth is, we're still not certain, because while the allure of adding a groundbreaking talent is intoxicating, the logistical hurdles are monumental. The salary cap gymnastics alone, navigating luxury tax thresholds, executing sign-and-trades, and potentially absorbing hefty contracts, could cripple our depth if not handled with surgical precision. Meanwhile, social media has erupted. Dub Nation Twitter feeds are ablaze with mock jersey reveals showing a top-tier star in royal blue and gold, while Reddit threads debate every conceivable trade scenario down to the last unprotected pick. Pundits on podcasts dissect the pros and cons, some calling it a no-brainer to fortify a championship window, others warning that disrupting the league's smoothest ball movement system could backfire. After all, the beauty of Steve Kerr's Warriors has always been synergy, every player knowing exactly where to be, how to cut, and when to shoot. Introducing a high-usage superstar midstream raises questions. Can you integrate a 2-time MVP into a rotation built on selflessness without limiting other key contributors? Could this player embrace a role that sometimes requires fading to an off-ball presence to let Curry work his magic? Are the locker room leaders ready to shift dynamics to accommodate a new focal point? Even the timing feels like a ticking clock. If this request materializes in time for the summer moratorium, Golden State would need to finalize a deal before training camp, meaning weeks of behind-the-scenes negotiations marked by secrecy and strategy. But if it drags into the regular season, the Warriors could see their title hopes recalibrated in real time. A mid-season swap of this magnitude could send shockwaves through every playoff contender, forcing teams to recalibrate their strategies, wage war on the trade block, or pivot toward other free agent targets. Amid this swirl of questions, one certainty emerges. If this move happens, it won't be business as usual. Phoenix and Los Angeles, long regarded as our primary foes in the West, would find themselves scrambling to catch up. Suddenly, every conversation about dynasty and Big Three would include the Bay Area in bold, because pairing Curry's unparalleled shooting range with the raw force of this unspoken superstar might just redefine championship basketball. And even if the deal doesn't materialize, the mere possibility has Warriors Nation buzzing with anticipation, speculation, and a hope that this could be the moment our team reclaims unassailable title contender status. So, take a breath, absorb the magnitude of what we've laid out here, and stay tuned, because we've only just begun to explore what could be the most audacious trade rumor in NBA history. Before we dive deeper, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell so you stay locked in on every Warriors update. Alright, Warriors Nation, let's pick up right where we left off. The buzz surrounding Giannis Antetokounmpo requesting a trade to Golden State has grabbed every headline. But what would this monumental deal actually look like? And how might it reshape not only our roster but the entire Western Conference landscape? First, let's dissect a realistic trade package that could entice Milwaukee to part with a two-time MVP. Imagine sending Brandon Podziemski, our rookie with ice in his veins, from the Bay to the Bucks, alongside Jonathan Kuminga, whose blend of length and athleticism has already flashed all-star potential. Add 3 unprotected first-round picks, 2026, 2028, and a swap option in 2027, and include a veteran like Andrew Wiggins to match salaries. Suddenly, you've assembled a haul that checks every box for Milwaukee. Immediate young talent to build, around prized draft assets for future flexibility, and a reliable veteran presence to stabilize their rotation. Of course, the salary cap gymnastics involved would test even the savviest front offices. The Warriors would need to execute a sign-and-trade, opening a max contract slot for Giannis while funneling back matching salary through Wiggins and possibly a few lower-paid role players. They might pursue buyouts on expiring veteran contracts. Names like Otto Porter Jr. or Nemanja Bjelica come to mind, to free up additional room. And let's not forget the stretch provision, which could allow Golden State to spread a veteran's remaining cap hit across multiple seasons, smoothing out the financial impact. It's a high-wire act. One misstep, and we risk undercutting our depth or jeopardizing future free agent flexibility. But if the prize is pairing Giannis with Steph, Klay, and Draymond, many believe the gamble is justified. Once Giannis arrives, how would he integrate into Steve Kerr's ball movement masterpiece? According to insiders familiar with the Warriors system, Steph Curry would remain the primary architect, using his gravity to collapse defenses and create driving lanes for Giannis. On offense, Giannis would serve as both a rim-running finisher in high pick-and-roll actions and a secondary creator when defenses overplay Curry or Klay Thompson. Draymond Green would pivot back to point-forward duties, orchestrating the offense and anchoring the defense alongside Giannis as a versatile rim protector. Thompson, in his lethal off-ball role, would continue spacing the floor, drawing multiple defenders and leaving room for Giannis to operate downhill. In theory, the unselfish nature of Antetokounmpo, he averaged a career high in assists last season, suggests he could seamlessly embrace a secondary role when necessary, trusting that Kerr's scheme will find him the right opportunities. Yet, skeptics caution that mid-season integration often comes with bumps, hesitation on whether to defer on late-clock possessions, adjustments to defensive rotations, and balancing usage rates so Curry doesn't feel eclipsed. Chemistry is an intangible calculus, and even legends need time to gel. Beyond the Bay, the ripple effects would be profound. Phoenix Suns executives would watch nervously as a Warriors lineup featuring a two-time MVP, the league's deadliest shooter, and one of the most versatile defenders in Draymond suddenly becomes the team to beat. The Los Angeles Lakers, having flirted with other star acquisitions just weeks ago, would face pressure to pivot toward alternative targets or rely more heavily on their young core. Suddenly, teams like the Minnesota Timberwolves and Denver Nuggets would have to reassess their strategies. The West, once a gauntlet of evenly matched contenders, could tilt decisively toward Golden State. Opponents accustomed to scheming for a Curry-Clay-Wiggins rotation would now need to account for Giannis's thunderous drives, redefining scouting reports and game plans overnight. Meanwhile, fans and media across the country are already constructing what-if highlight reels, Giannis pounding the glass for offensive rebounds while Curry's deep ball freezes defenders. Social channels explode with mock jersey designs featuring Antetokounmpo in royal blue and gold, and sports talk shows debate whether this trio would be the greatest Big Three in NBA history. But every analyst also acknowledges the stakes. In order to land Giannis, the Warriors sacrifice future flexibility and a chunk of their young nucleus. If the experiment falters or injuries strike, we risk stunting our ability to reload down the line. It's a high-stakes chess match where one move could yield a dynasty or create a void that takes years to fill. Still, as a die-hard Warriors enthusiast, I can't help but feel a surge of excitement at the possibility. The sheer force of Giannis meeting Curry's precision is the stuff of basketball dreams. I imagine chase-down blocks by Antetokounmpo protecting the paint, followed by Curry raining threes in transition. The defensive versatility of Draymond, combined with Giannis's ability to guard multiple positions, would grant Kerr unprecedented lineup flexibility. Even the bench unit, bolstered by Andrew Wiggins or another veteran, could maintain championship-level defense and scoring punch. In many ways, this feels like the final missing piece, a generational talent complementing our existing core. However, deep down, I also acknowledge the risks. The Warriors' identity has always revolved around equality. Every player passes, cuts, and dreams of a game-changing three. Introducing a superstar of Giannis's magnitude could recalibrate every role, forcing veterans to adapt and young prospects to wait for their minutes. And let's be honest, contracts, injuries, and playoff matchups rarely align perfectly. But if you believe that this is the move that elevates Golden State from perennial contender to untouchable juggernaut, then you have to be ready to accept the inherent gamble. So, here's where you come in, Warriors faithful. What do you think? Is pairing Giannis with Curry, Thompson, and Green worth mortgaging our future draft picks? Or should the front office trust that our existing core, with targeted depth additions, remains the path to another championship? Personally, I'm torn between the intoxicating glory of what could be and the cautionary tale of what might go wrong. Nevertheless, my heart races at the thought of seeing that Greek freak soar through the Bay Area. I can't wait to read your thoughts in the comments below. If you're as hyped as I am, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to Warriors News Fan Report, and turn on notifications so you're always first in line for breaking Warriors news. Until next time, stay golden.